Alright, so let's get started. This is the front of my desk when you first enter, and to the left of it is where I keep all of my essentials for office supplies, such as my rubber bands and pens, and of course you have to have gumdrops. So I've got Turquoise gumdrops. I got all of this stuff actually from a company called Poppin'. They have really bright, fun, colored accessories for your office. So that's where I got that stuff from. And then those little blue trays, the clear ones, I got from Target. I'll make sure that I link all that stuff below. I got my keyboard from the little decal on the top of my keyboard from Amazon. That is actually one of my company candles, and it smells so pretty in here. And then I have a couple of frames that I got from Ross, which my mother loved. She's pictured there. I've got my plant from my husband, and I also got this lamp from Ross as well. So above my desk is where my inspiration board and my clock I got from a long time ago is kept. And the inspiration board is just a collage of photos that I kind of put together to kind of help me with upcoming product line items. So it's just a cute and fun way to kind of keep me inspired and help me create. So one thing I forgot to show you was where I keep my cards, my business cards, and my little SD cards is in this little mirror case. I love it. So now in my drawer, it's a basic drawer, guys. I don't have any real organization going on in here at all. I do keep, of course, my lotion for my company, and whenever I need that, I use it. So nothing special there. So moving on to right below my desk, it's where I keep all of my DVDs that I need, and where I keep my lenses for my iPhone case, and all of my photography equipment, lights, easels, backdrops. I can't even open this, so I'm not even going to try, but yeah, so that's where I keep those things. Okay, so to the right of my desk is where I keep my printer. All my crap I kind of keep at the bottom, and then I've got my ink cartridges that have been used from that printer, and I keep those there. Right above it is where I keep in a little white basket I got from Target my paper, and then my stapler here. And then right over there is where I keep my blue snowball when I'm not using it, some pens and stuff, my notebooks, and all of the inventory business notebooks that I use. I keep all of that stuff typically in those file binders. And then right above it is where I have a craft basket where I put all of my little knick-knack craft stuff, and then above that is just some file boxes. So swinging right along in front of this big beautiful window, I have two IKEA drawing systems. The first one I keep little knickknacks and fun things, decor. I've got a white cross. I've got a coffee mug that I actually got from my mother-in-law that I keep markers. My daughter and mother inspirational frames that my mom actually gave me. Very sentimental. Then I have this cute piggy bank I got from Target. It's actually a camera. I have framed out Create, Hustle, and Repeat. I will link below where I got that. And then glitter paper framed out in an IKEA frame. A Ross Times Square photo. And then this is actually a handmade flower I made for my wedding that I kept. Next to that, I usually keep a bare space, and that's where I usually take my photography. But right now, it's holding some candles getting ready to be made. Okay, so swinging back to the first drawing system is where I keep my packaging, such as my tissue paper, my tape for shipping, ribbon, my soap stamp, my thank you cards for my boxes. So I kind of keep everything that is like together. And then my next drawer is extra soap boxes and bags for my samples. And then my shrink wrap stuff and my essentials for that. And then this is for my gift baskets. And then this is just extra boxes. So the next drawing system is just a continuation of packaging. This is actually lipsticks and chapstick containers jars for scrubs and such. And then I have candle tins, more candle tins, and some nail polish stuff, more candle tins, and then the bottom is candle tins as well. So now we're in the back half of my little soaping galley. Okay, atop a stacked IKEA drawing system is where I keep my packaged soaps and then packaged lotions and such. And in the very first drawer right below it is really nasty, but it's where I kind of house all of my some of my tools for my soaping. And then I have packaging, more packaging, and then there's also display soaps that I kind of keep stored there. My samples are stored in this drawer. And then my ready to go packaged jar stuff, my bath bombs that are all ready. Okay, moving on to the second set of drawers. This is just my curing section. So I use all of these drawers for curing my samples, my bars of soaps, bubble bars, bath bombs, anything that needs to dry out or cure. Okay, so next to that drawing system, I have another drawing system, my favorite drawing system. And on top of it is just a bunch of storage for extra waxes, and then I keep my towels and cleaning supplies in those blue buckets. My favorite is my colors, my micas. I love my micas. As you can see, I have my warm colors on top, and then the next drawer is where I hold all of my cool colors. Ooh, I had a little mess right there. Sorry, guys. So that's where I keep all of my colors in those little jars I actually got from Wholesale Supplies Plus. The next drawer is where I keep my glitters and all of my sugar balls and sprinkles and things like that, just my little additives. And then this is where my natural colorants and my bath bomb colors are. So I keep those in that drawer. And then the last drawer is where I keep my extra single molds. Okay, in the next series of drawers, there's more colors. Actually, those are new colors I haven't stored at the top yet. And then I keep my samples I get from all of the different companies I order from. They're usually really nice and generous with samples. And then my mecca of fragrance oils and essential oils. I keep them stored based on the company that I order them from. So I have them sectioned off, and at the tops of each is where I kind of describe what the name of that fragrance oil is and where I got it from, just to help me keep me organized. Okay, so when we're swinging over to the opposite side of the wall, we see where I keep all of my molds, my skinny molds, and my pitchers. And then this is where I store all of my additives, such as my colloidal oatmeals and my waxes. That's my colloidal oatmeal. And I keep them in those little jars labeled so that I can have them out so I can see what they are. And the other ones I store on that opposite side where you saw those extra storage containers. And then I keep my, this is actually my old cutter, but I keep my older cutter there. That was my multi-cutter. And then I keep all of my butters inside of those jars that you screw off, and then sugars like this brown sugar for my sugar scrubs and such, and that keeps it fresh and stored and I can see everything. And then at the bottom is where I keep my liquid oils, and that's where the bottom and my distilled waters don't really have room right now, so they're just kind of right there on the floor. Okay, so on the side of that bookshelf shelving area is where I keep a cork board for any recipes that I'm going to be working on. And then in between that and another bookshelf, I actually have a cart. And on the cart, I have my KitchenAid and my new cutter, which I'm loving. It's a single cutter. This cart I got from Target has a little drawer, and that's where I keep my stick blender and my measuring cups and things like that. And underneath it has two shelves where I keep all of my soap making essentials, my scale and my pitchers and my funnels and dusters and all the things that I might need for soap making. Okay, coming up to my last section of my little soap galley, I have a bookshelf from IKEA where on top I keep a little container for my extra gloves for easy access, my master batch tin for my oils. I have a little Eiffel Tower statue with some books just for a little cuteness over by my desk. And then I have these white baskets I got from Target. In this one, I keep my extra large fragrance oils and essential oils I can't fit on the opposite side in those drawers. Next to that is where I have some lip tins and extra tins that I use for different projects. And then below I have some extra product that couldn't fit on the opposite side, some bottles for lotions and splashes and such. And then there's two white baskets below that with pink and white shredded paper that I use for shipping, packaging, and gift boxes, or I'm sorry, gift bags. Gift baskets. And then below that is my containers for my gift baskets. And then I also have a burner and a crock pot, some extra stuff for soap making. Well guys, we've come to the conclusion of our little soap galley tour here. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you guys live a snob love life. Sophisticated, natural, original, beautiful. It's okay to be a snob for what you love. Until next time, thanks guys.